It seems such a pity that the clear scientific fact of climate change is seldom expressed by people who don't seem at least a little bit pleased by it. Similarly, sorting it out is always presented as an opportunity or a pleasure, or as something we ought to have been doing for years anyway. In fact, it's just a thing. A really depressing thing that's happening, but the people who tell us so always seem to be radiating one or both of those old parental standbys, "I warned you this would happen," or "Hey, clearing up can be fun." There are also often slight undertones of disparagement about industrial pioneers and the human urge to innovate in general, as if poor old George Stephenson should have known perfectly well that when he got that kettle to travel along rails it would lead inexorably to planetary jeopardy. Well, take that to its logical conclusion and you're labelling the first caveman who ever fashioned an axe as a cross between Dr. Oppenheimer and BP. This is all grist to the mill of the Clarksons of the world, because it means environmentalists present sorting your recycling as fun, and he presents driving to the North Pole in a 4x4 while drinking gin as fun, and he obviously wins. His is far more fun, because ours isn't fun at all. His is grotesquely irresponsible, but like almost everything else that's grotesquely irresponsible, it's enormous fun. I want to see a global warming expert acknowledge that burning oil, and the various machines we've invented that burn oil, is brilliant. And it's a real pisser we can't do it anymore, but we can't because of facts. I'm sure that's how many of them must secretly feel. It's certainly how I feel. I'm as big a fan of fossil fuel-burning, big, fast metal things as the next man, and I do mean man, but I just can't persuade myself that climate change isn't happening. I wish I could. I'd really like someone to convince me it's not, but no one has, because it is. It's like astrology. Given the choice, I'd like astrology to be true, because it would make deciding what to do easier and give me something to blame when things go wrong. I lost my job because Orion was waning while Scorpio was in Venus's ascent. I mean, demonstrably. I don't know the bullshit jargon. Not because I was too stupid to get my head round spreadsheets. But it isn't true. Life would be a lot easier if astrology was true and climate change wasn't. But bugger it all, it turns out it's the other way round. So let's grimly do our recycling and not use planes as much and sign whatever the next version of the Copenhagen Treaty is, not because any of that stuff is fun or cool or exciting or an opportunity, but because we have to. The alternative attitude is no more convincing than it was when Mum said, "Why don't you kids have a race to see who can tidy their rooms fastest?" We didn't fall for it then, and we don't fall for it now. But we still have to do it because it is our room, stroke planet. We did mess it up, stroke pump its atmosphere full of CO2, and if we don't do something about it, there won't be any pudding, stroke Maldives.
David Mitchell's Soapbox, brought to you by Bulldog, natural skincare for men.